Everybody is so excited about Max's party this weekend. Nicole is totally working overtime to make her costume really the best. She kind of has a flair for that, I guess. At least she thinks she does.
So, since there's this big party we're having, I gotta get all dressed up and stuff. I wanted to wear this cool thing that Tanya's, but she said forget it and called me too little. I don't think so. I hate older sisters.
It's so impossible to concentrate on school when all I can think about is Max's party. Chaz told me he was going to bring his cousin Rolf, who goes to the high school, plus some of Rolf's friends even, and they are all most adorable, which means yes, I will definitely be concentrating on my costume this week. More than math class, no question.
I guess I was so alive. I hollered so loud when I was born. My parents decided right then and there that I should be called Viva.
Charlotte Ray! Charlotte Ray! I can't stand the way my mom yells at me like that. I think I got born in the wrong place or something. Or I was traded at birth. The rich family who owned me didn't like the way I looked or something, probably.
Okay, Rockett, Miko here. Remember, I am holding you to your promise this morning about coming to Nikili's party. And you know I'm gonna bug you about it every day till then, so I hope you're thinking of a good costume.
Okay, friends. I know everybody's all excited over the big party scene this weekend. As well they should be. Well, and you know where I'll be. That's right. The question is, where will you be?
Did you ever watch a dumb movie and it makes you cry anyway? I'm so bad about that. Every even slightly sad movie makes me gush tears. Even ones I think are stupid, I might still cry.
Listen, Rockett, this is Miko, and I need some advice. Well, I'm asking basically everyone, so here's the question. I've got my costume thing narrowed down to 2, so do you think I should go as Amelia Earhart? You know, she was the first woman to ever fly a plane by herself over the Atlantic Ocean. Or should I go as the Statue of Liberty? Quick, call me back, because I have to hurry up and plan this out.
Hang on for my whole name. It's like for real. Wolf, Stevenson, Strong Antler, Dubois. Thanks to my Native American ancestors, of course.
My mom says I'm always scowling. She goes, "What's wrong with you, Charla? Be a happy camper like Jeanette, why don't ya?" Yeah, sure, Mom.
If Rockett and I got to be close friends, I think that would be so neat. But since I'm not in any cool group or anything, I don't know if that could ever happen. I hope so, though.
Okay, I'm a pet freak, okay? I've got my 2 black cats named Willie and Snag, and then my dog Chang. He's a Shar-Pei. And we also have a green parrot named Panama. He talks like crazy, too. I taught him to say, "Are you ready for my close-up?" And Princess Stephanie rules the world. Isn't that great?
Yes, 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 they are truly a fine bunch this season, these whistling piners. Like hollow logs, that's it, ready to be infested by a trillion bugs of scientific curiosity, which I will inspire. As always, the prospect makes one simply tremble with academic fervor.
There are advantages to being born in the right family at the right time, which I definitely was. Remind me to tell you about the country club, for instance.
Alright, got us a gig this weekend. All I can say is mega muchas gracias, madre de Dios.
been more than a month already, and I still haven't figured out what CSG stands for. And those guys won't even give me a hint. I can't help it that I'm curious. I mean, it's only natural to want to know, right? Well, at least Miko and Nikili might let me get to be better friends with them, if Dana didn't always come along and get them on her side. It really bugs me. How could they be best friends with her is what I totally don't get.
That silly little boy Max is enough to make you want to stuff a big old dirty gym sock in his mouth every time he opens it. I swear, he's going on about his oh-so-special party this weekend. Same night as mine, of course. Naturally.
But really, folks, do I really seem like such a bad guy? I mean, really, it's just attitude, alright? Nothing serious. I'll respect you the minute you prove yourself. Now I ask you, is that so bad?
Hey, I'm pretty excited for this weekend. Halloween is really one of my favorite times. As long as there isn't like a thunder and lightning type storm, that is. Can't stand those. They make me too totally nerve-wracked.
I've never been more uptight in my life. I still cannot find the thing I lost last month. Well, let's not say I lost it, all right? I probably just misplaced it somewhere. I hope. I'm crossing my fingers it'll show up. Or at least no one finds it who shouldn't.
Little known factoid, all you happy campers. Yours truly was a fine young clown once. Oh, yes, I was. In my younger years, when I was just a jive little turkey, gobble gobble, I made big bucks to put myself through school by donning the big red nose and the frizzball wig and performing at kiddie parties, magic tricks, balloon animals, that kind of stuff. Nat the Buffoon was my name. Entertainment was my game. Neato, huh?
What can be said for a man like me? That he's been put upon the earth to defy history and create a whole room full of geniuses. Indeed, several classes full of geniuses. That's what. Each and every fall the same esoteric understanding of my fate befalls me. Science shall live on through me. Oh, yes, yes, yes!
Belching beakers. Today I worked face to face with the fair one in science lab. And I don't mean Wartella de Pew either. Ugh, no way. If there's anything to say about that inferior specimen, it's that she just kept blurting out her lower thought forms, thus getting in the way of my chivalrous advances with my more pleasing lab partner.
So Mr. Shoeless put me in an experiment group with Ruben and Dana this morning in science. Poor little Rockett, ha ha. She had to go back and work with Arnold and Mavis. Probably exploding the zip bomb's face craters, ha ha. Ruben is not very interesting, you know, with his dumb jokes about how snobby some people are, which I did not appreciate. But I think Dana's pretty cool. Even though she's not a 1, she almost could be. At least I think so.
Obviously, after I came along, my parents realized any other children they might have probably just wouldn't be as good as me. So they decided to just have me. I definitely prefer being an only child.
Life, man. You know, if I could, stay out all night, every night, believe me, I would. Instead, I'm stuck, cramped up in some crummy little bedroom with 2 little squirts. Chris is cool, but who'd want to share the room with a 6-year-old, huh? And my stepbrother Craig is a 7th grade pain. I keep telling my mom, you gotta get Bruce to buy you a bigger house. But she just laughs it off, which I'll never figure out.
You know, Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. But one thing I do love to get all dressed up, I design a whole new costume every year. But also, I love it just because it means my birthday's coming up. It's a special time for a certain group of friends, you see.
Well, Shulis banished my favorite new girl to the back of the classroom today, and I ended up scraping ice off my back from hanging with Dana and Stephanie. That's what I call cold to the second power. I mean it.
Excuse me.
One thing that really keeps me up late sometimes is going on my dad's computer. It's so fun. But I only get to on weekends, though. On school nights, he doesn't let me do chatting, except really early and for really short times.
Are you ready, mortals? Here's a basic AKZ quiz to separate the gifted from the lower gene pool. Ha 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 ha! My own simple parents produce children with normal names. 1 every 2 years with precision timing. Arnold, Arthur, and Estella. We'll probably never know why the ancestors of Whistling Pine's newest pupil named her as they did, but why the Zeitbaum children were named as they were has been clear from the start. Produce the correct answer, or forever return to the lower universe.
I can't tell if Rockett's thinking about trying to get in with us, but my vote is negative. Dana is really getting on my nerves. I think she just does stuff to bug me. I know she does. It's almost like the more Nikili and Miko are nice to me, the worse she acts around me. It's totally weird.
It's not easy leaving a message for a fair maiden. But after today's experiment in science class, I must ask, does Mavis strike you as having gone straight off the deep end? Rockett, look at the girl and tell me the truth. If I'm to be shackled to that blithering mass of bogus sensory perception one more time, my 8th grade science career's over. Over, I tell you. Rockett, 2 brains are better than 1. Help me think of a plan to silence Wartella Depew forever. Please. Nya-ha-ha-ha-ha!
Oh, and you should just see Nicole and Stephanie. Now that they've got their little Max party invitations, they're walking around in what I call a fog of self-glory. Look around and you'll see it's something only the worst kinds of people fall into, for sure.
There is someone I really can't stand. This guy in the cafeteria, Mr. Pill. He's behind the counter shoving food at kids. I'd like to shove some food his way, too. Like right in his face. Yucko slob. He's always insulting kids, too.
Excuse me.
In my English class today, well, we had to write this essay about our aspirations, which basically meant what you want to be when you're a grown-up, what profession you want. I was so confused, so I put everything. But then when I got my paper back, it had this one word written at the top in red ink. It said rambling. Boy, didn't she figure out I already knew that?
Besides Miko and Nikili, who I've actually done things with outside of school, I'm kind of trying to go in other directions too. Like, I invited Whitney to sleep over, and we actually had fun. But at the end, she was kind of weird and asked me not to tell Nicole. I couldn't even believe it.
Hey, Rockett, beam me up. Just kidding. You know who this is. Remember your science class? Yep, it's Arnold. You know, Zeitbomb. So, Rockett, I'm, taking a survey, and I wish to know your favorite color. I can't tell you why, though, so no begging. Leave that to the zygotes of the world, please. But could it perhaps be purple? I must know soon. And now, folks, this is AKZ signing off en route to another universe. Till tomorrow, adieu.
The one thing that's probably going to get me more attention than even I want is this band thing. See, me and my two friends are supposed to be starting an all-girl band. Privately, we call ourselves the Explorers. Not like a snobby clique or anything, but just because we're always sort of out venturing and exploring the world and trying to know about everything.
My grandmother has this estate. It's huge, like an English mansion. You know, with gardens and everything. Well, I practically grew up there, and I'm sure you wish you did too, don't you? But not everyone can be so lucky.
So on the very first day of school, Mr. Rarebit gave Rockett this job on the yearbook staff, you know? I couldn't believe it. Especially since, in my opinion, Miko should have gotten it. Now she thinks she's like so great. I like to just do things to bug her.
Hup! I'm back and I'm bad. And I'm gonna get those little fillies high-stepping it into shape this year like nobody's business. I feel the juices flowing, oh yes I do. This is gonna be one magnificent year in sports for our mighty Whistling Pines players. Oh, I feel it in my dogs. Yeah!
My father's side of the family comes from Puerto Rico, And my mother's family is Greek, so I think I'm kind of international. I even lived in beautiful Puerto Rico when I was little.
You've never seen me in my turquoise turban. It's a thing Jerome bought me on my other birthday. Which being Halloween, he always does something as freakish as he can think of to make me happy. I love Jerome.
I hope you're not so unevolved that you don't know what a zygote is. Do you really expect me to tell you? Well, surprise! It's another AKZ brain teaser to separate the intellectual caviar from the smelt eggs of the world. How do you answer? Zygote?
Once, there was football practice. Gaggles of girls wanting to hop in the old convertible and joyride around town. Me with a healthy head of hair. Yeah, sailors, it was sweet. Makes you kind of wonder sometimes where it all went, huh? I mean, all the good times, cha-cha-cha and all that. Well, I'll tell you, a man like me can still get all the good times he wants. You know where? Correcting homework in the old WP detention hall, that's where. Ha-ha, fooled ya, huh?
Listen, me and Eric got a chance to finally talk to Rockett today. I don't know why it's taken us so long, because I think she's the kind of person we could really like. I felt really weird asking her a favor, though. I mean, it was the very first time we ever talked to her, But Arrow didn't think it was any big deal. She's always like that. She just blurts out whatever she wants. And Rockett did sound like she'd really like to help us work on the costumes. Arrow goes, "Told you so." But Rockett probably just said that to be nice. If she actually shows up, I'm sure I'll be pretty surprised.
So my grandmother Mary and I are really close. She's the one person I feel the closest to in, like, my entire life. Even though I probably wouldn't exactly let most people know that. It's just sort of a little secret of mine.
Dinner time!
Okay, mission successful. At least in the first step. Viva and I actually talked to Rockett today for the first time. She seemed really nice, too. I think she's going to help us do our costumes after school, but Viva said don't count on it. Of course, Viva's much more negative about everything than I am. I, for one, believe Rockett's really going to show up. I especially like unusual instruments, even though I'm supposed to be a guitar player. But actually, I think I'd die if I ever really had to go up on stage and play, like in front of people and everything. As far as being a performer goes, I don't know exactly how to tell Arrow and Viva this, but I don't think so.
Listen, me and Era got a chance to finally talk to Rockett today. I don't know why it's taken us so long, because I think she's the kind of person we could really like. But just like I thought, she didn't exactly want to be the one to help us make Halloween costumes. Era always expects to get everything she wants, not in a selfish way, but just because she never sees what could go wrong. But I do.
See, I'm kind of a mixed bag of bloodlines. Not to mention I grew up in the inner city, till a couple of years ago when we moved here. So everybody says I talk like a street kid. Even though on my mom's side, I'm part Pawnee Indian, and on my dad's side, I'm French Canadian. I like throwing everybody off like that, you know?
Ooh, that Rockett. She really knows how to make herself blush. I tell you what, she goes raving on about Dana this afternoon in the girls' washroom, and I'm trying to tell her to hush, because Dana's right there behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying. But does she listen to me? No, she does not. I think the reason those two can't stand each other is because they're so much alike. But I wish they'd both back down a little bit. I do.
Now, I have been teaching a while, this is a fact, so I can tell the difference between talent and trash, let me tell you. And here's a sorry little secret. My 8th grade girls this year may have a tough time taking the soccer tournament top honors.
So anyway, right before PE, I was in the washroom with Rockett, and it was like certain other people, I won't say who, were trying to convince her that Nikili's party was the place to be. Well, all I can say is, I hope she figures out how completely from Pluto that idea is.
Rockett, this is Whitney, and I just hope you're not getting the idea that Cleve likes you or anything just because he pretends to flirt with you in PE. He was just doing that to make Nicole jealous, okay? Nicole told me to tell you this, but anyway, it is true. Even I know that. So stop making yourself look dumb by hanging around, hoping to talk to him every chance you get. See you tomorrow. Bye.
But I mean, could you imagine going around being called Regina your whole life? Regina. Too serious sounding for someone like me, don't you think? That's for sure.
I'm watching Rockett. Watching out, I mean, like something good on her side. Just she doesn't know it, which maybe won't be for always.
Oh, Rockett!
Nicole has hardly been nice to me once since school started. It's awful. I think I've either got to find a way to get back at her or conquer her bad side and turn her into a whole new person. What do you think?
Rockett, did you hear anything about the CSGs having some big plan for something in December? I was in the library today, and I heard them, whispering and stuff. They were kind of arguing, actually. It sounded like Nikili and Miko were trying to talk Dana into something, but I couldn't tell what for sure. And I thought I heard one of them say your name once, but I'm totally not positive. It was pretty hard to hear, and I didn't want to spy on them, really, even though I couldn't help it. See, they didn't even know I was there, 'cause I was sitting in this little alcove where they couldn't see me at all. Anyway, this message is way too long. But don't say anything to anybody about what I told you, okay?
Wow, you should have seen Rockett's face today when I told her she looked like a little gopher. Ooh-wee, was she mad.
One really great person around here is Wolf, who's the coolest. He has all this Native American stuff in his head. I mean, he knows folklore and all about Indian things, and about his Pawnee ancestors and everything. I love just talking to him. But that's classified info, so don't you dare tell anyone.
What's going on?
Jeez, these girls and their costume talk. It stales pretty quick, you know? Ooh, I'm gonna go as Bo Peep. Oh, my little Red Riding Hood costume is so hot. Listen, I hope Stephanie really does do the Bo Peep thing, and I'm going as a little lamb. Ha!
And did you know there's a special hand signal in the Pawnee Sign Language that means wolf? Cool, huh? If you see my right hand go up beside my ear in kind of a curved way, then you'll know that's it.
I want to produce champs. I want heroes around here, or heroines, whatever. Did I spend 16 years in the Army turning amateurs into know-how pros just to take on a bunch of weak-willed 8th grader girls? No! But I've got some problems this year with my players. Up! Take that physically feeble little fluff ball by the name of Nicole, for instance. She's about the clumsiest thing I ever laid eyes on. I'm sorry, but let's face facts.
One of my worst things about the divorce was that you almost feel like a traitor or something. You always have to go around worrying if you say something really nice about one, then you're gonna hurt the other one's feelings.
So Nicole and Whitney and I are sitting there in the courtyard after lunch, and we see Mavis, like just totally lurking behind one of the pillars. I just know she was listening to every word we said. She was, which proves she's not psychic at all. She's just an eavesdropper.
Okay, I'm into driving the fast lane, sure. But you know my really favorite place? The lake house. It's a family thing, but it rules. No city lights, no traffic. You'd think it gets dull, and well, yeah, it does. but it's kind of like I change when I get up there. Weird, huh?
Rockett, listen. There's something I've just got to tell you. This is Whitney, by the way. Remember that thing with Arnold and the mini golf date? I mean, that hideous rumor that was going around about me? Well, see, if Arnold likes you, he gets his family to come to the country club when he knows your family's going to be there. Then he leeches onto you and just stays there. Then the next day he tells everyone he knows that he had a date with you. Ugh, disgusting. Ugh, and now I think he's got you on the top of his list of girls he likes, so watch out, that's all I'm saying. Next week, Nicole will be telling everyone you went to the movies with him or whatever, so just watch out. Anyway, gotta go.
Hey, don't ask me about Mavis, okay? Sure, I was there, but this kind of baloney, I'm not ashamed to say I know nothing about.
Oh my gosh, the most unbelievable thing happened while we were playing soccer today. Nicole split her shorts right in front of everybody too. Even Cleve and Max saw. I almost lost it, I swear. I mean, I practically died trying to keep a straight face, because you know she'd kill me if she saw me laughing, even though everybody else was.
Oh, well. Now this new girl. I'm just saying she's got the peanut gallery all perked up with curiosity is all. As an observant faculty man, I notice these things. It's a fly ball, and she nabs it, and the crowd goes wild.
That strange girl, Merle, Mavis, whatever her name, what an absolute freak. Smart though, I fear. Very smart. She accosted me after class today. She actually pinned me with those huge dark insect eyes and demanded to know what was troubling me. Troubling me! Ha! What you detect, Marvin dear, I responded, is utter glee. I insisted my wife choose between me and the dung beetles of Baghdad. And she chose the bugs.
Generally speaking, I keep my sharpest perceptions under wraps. I don't spread gossip about my players to my colleagues, oh no! That's discipline! Hup, hup, hup! And discipline is essential to getting what you want. Just a little something I learned way back when, during my many thrilling days on the rodeo circuit. If I wasn't the sweetheart of the rodeo, then nobody ever was.
This costume thing is making me crazy. I mean, I have a lot of good ideas, but I've got to do something really great.
Rockett, this is Jessie, and thank you so much for sort of coming to my rescue today against Charla. I'm definitely going to change my gym locker. I mean, I'll pay my whole month's allowance if I have to, just to get away from her. Mrs. Letsy's gotta let me. Call me tonight, okay? Bye.
So says the Wolfman, and so it is.
Rockett, this is Jessie. And you know, that was really sweet of you to stand up to Charla when she basically attacked me in the locker room this afternoon. But I'm afraid you kind of made her super ticked off, you know? So if you see her again, will you just do like what I said? I mean, kind of try to be nice to her, okay? 'Cause that's what I'm gonna do. I just think it's a good idea. I mean, who is she even friends with? Maybe she needs some friendly people like you and me, for instance. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Jessie's another person who I could probably be friends with, but we haven't gotten that close or anything. She always seems like she really wants to be my friend and stuff, and she's really sweet. But I don't think she likes me too much when I get in a bad mood. Like, she practically runs away, which makes me feel like I'm the meanest, most awful person she ever met. And, of course, I probably am.
Rockett, this is Jessie. The worst thing happened to me today after I saw you in the locker room. Charlotte completely wigged out on me. It was so bad. And I was really wishing you were still there to kind of help me calm her down or something. I mean, you're so confident. I know if you'd been there, you'd have instantly come over and known exactly what to say to her. Anyway, I'm really glad you're my friend, even if you weren't around to rescue me this time. See you at school.
Sometimes I like to scare kids. Just act kinda mean, so they won't hassle me about my life and the way I am.
You know how sometimes you have a favorite? Like a favorite doll or stuffed animal or something? Well, when that happens with people, then it's much worse. Some people do have a favorite parent, of course, but I definitely don't.